Okay, we are back. So hello everybody. If you guys haven't seen the last two videos, links are in the description below. They are pretty important context for this video as I'll be referencing back to them later on, but they aren't like completely necessary viewing for this little update right here. Pause and watch them after, or watch them never. That's up to you. I just want to start off by talking about where I've been, so I apologize if it looks like I'm reading off a script. It's because I am. There's just some points I want to hit. You know how it goes. So the major issue has always been like my motivation and my mental health, and I've been open about my struggle with my mental health in the past. I'm far from an expert on it enough to properly say what the issues are. I am diagnosed with ADHD, but I don't want to be that person who like diagnoses themselves and just comes off like an ass, so I won't. But it's definitely there, and school didn't help either. So this ended up kind of creating an era of what I like to call the part 1 with no part 2 graveyard. Kind of like March to July. I would just kind of make the first episode of a lot of series, and I would never make a part 2. At the time, I thought the issue was the actual games I was playing. That's why I was switching it up so much, kind of jumping from different genres and different types of games too. And there were a lot of additional stresses that kind of came with that. I mean, a lot of people were expecting me to play Genshin, for example, and that just wasn't a game I just wasn't enjoying playing anymore, let alone making content for. It got to a point where I was legitimately thinking that YouTube just wasn't my thing anymore, and I kind of grew out of it. So over that kind of summer, I went over different types of content changes. I thought I could do like 100 days kind of content for various games. I thought about doing more retrospective content that are like big reviews and stuff like that. But after a while, I just kept hitting wall after wall after wall, both mentally and channel-wise. I did not know what I wanted to do. But eventually, sometime after I graduated high school, I remembered an old series I had on the channel that kind of fell to the wayside around wintertime 2023. The Sims 4. I remember the old storyline I had written down and everything, so I just kind of put on some music and I just started writing down all my ideas, and I actually felt motivated to make content again. I remember a while ago I made a video just kind of running over my ideas so I can look back on it after the series is done, or look back on it periodically and kind of see how my ideas evolved from those initial plans. And that initial video of just kind of one of my bigger bursts of ideas was just an hour and a half of straight yapping. I'm finally motivated to do shit again. So, enough backstory. What's the project? So, it's a bit of a reboot of that like previously mentioned Sim series, but there's going to be a lot more of a narrative focus. And there's going to be mods too. So how it'll work is that it'll be a cross between the usual Let's Play style content that you guys have just gotten used to from me, with some narrative-driven videos as well. By narrative-driven, I mean like cutscenes, full written dialogue for the characters, and all of it being voice acted. If you're confused what I mean by that and you want an example, those previous two videos I mentioned earlier. Those are the best example of what I mean by that. So the actual Let's Play content will be unscripted. There is a story I'm following along, hence the cutscenes being inserted at specific times in the series, but it's meant to contextualize the gameplay rather than define it. I'm not playing the game with a set script or a set outcome that I'm going for, you know what I mean? The gameplay and like the Let's Play will always be completely natural. My goal is for the gameplay to complement the story to complement the gameplay, and then it will just constantly build off each other as the story expands. So some episodes may be entirely cutscene, others, and probably more often, will just be purely Let's Play, and other times will be kind of a mix of both. And eventually I hope to incorporate this idea into other games too. I got a lot of stuff outlined already for Skyrim, but I have ideas tossing around for Minecraft, Roblox, and even Stardew Valley. So there's a lot of potential here with this idea, and I'm really excited to get this kind of going. So what about my old content and what's happening there? So firstly, for vlog style stuff like the Feral for Real videos, they will be making a return. I loved making those, the story times, reading comments, all sorts of that stuff. I will be bringing that back. So if you guys have any topics specifically you guys want me to talk about, leave that in the comments below. I do have a few more videos I want to make after this that might be follow-up updates or other story times and things like that. But I just love yapping, and Feral for Real is like the place to do that. So for the older series, so things like Amori, Persona, AFK Journey, and like even to Genshin Impact to a lesser extent, it's difficult because I kind of found myself not enjoying making Let's Play content anymore. I'll get into a bit more detail later on about the differences between what I'm doing now and what I was doing before. I have not played too far after the parts you guys have already seen. Maybe like one extra video worth of content, but it's also been long enough since I even played those games to begin with that I could probably start a new save and my reaction to be genuine again. So I'm thinking I'll probably stream those games and then I will later edit those down into actual episodes of like Let's Plays if I'm feeling up to it, or if I have an editor to do that at some point. But again, even if I don't turn those into Let's Plays, I will actually use the VOD channel now, and I'll use it and upload those videos. So if you do want to see me play those games before, they aren't gone. They're just kind of in a different place this time. And maybe one day I will bring them back. It just kind of depends. Right now, my personal fulfillment is kind of in this new style of videos, because I didn't find any satisfaction in making those videos at some point, like the Let's Play stuff. Like, they're fun and I enjoyed them for what they were, but it felt very impersonal. It wasn't like the videos weren't really about me. It was more watch the game cutscenes, and then there'll be somebody in the corner going like, "Whoa!" whenever something cool happens. You could have swapped. I feel like you could have swapped me out with any other YouTuber, and the core of it wouldn't change too much. At least the videos, the streams, and other forms of the channel were definitely unique. But when it came to the actual Let's Play videos, oftentimes it just felt like I felt very interchangeable. It felt impersonal, and that kind of killed my motivation to continue those series, you know what I mean? So that way, by kind of implementing my own stories into existing games like Sims 4, or as I mentioned before, like Skyrim, that feels like the best of both worlds, because you can get the reactions to all the wacky, stupid shit that are in those games that people enjoyed seeing from other series in the past, but you get that narrative through line in every series that's unique to me. So this is an era of the channel I am really excited to start getting to work on. I have a lot of videos lined up right now. I understand for anyone who are disappointed to see those old series go, but that's not the end. Those games could be brought back for streams, and I'm still me. I'm still the same Feral Cabbage that in those previous videos. I'm just going to be a lot happier, and also with a lot shorter hair, because I did get a haircut. But again, I'm just going to be a lot more happier now than when I was back in that time of my life. So that's all for this video. I want to keep this video pretty contained to just the future of the channel. So there will probably be some more updates that are more focused on different topics later on. So if that does happen, keep a lookout for that. Also keep a lookout for more content for me. Currently it's kind of a little bit Sims based, but I'm going to add in more content later on, so don't worry if you're like, I don't know how I feel about Sims. More games will be cycled in as the channel as I kind of find my footing with this style of content, you know. And yeah, I'm just still really looking forward to I'm just really excited. I'm just really excited to finally get working on videos that I'm like really passionate about again. And if it's felt too long since I felt this way, and I'm excited to be back in a way. And yeah, that's about it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to leave a like. It helps a ton. If you didn't, always feel free to leave a dislike. I won't take it personally. Subscribe or join the Cabbage Patch, and so you'll never miss another video. Stay awesome. Bum bum.